All right, man. Let's get this thing in. All right, let's get it in. First reaction show for last night. All right, let me get set up here. Man, so I was out of town. Had to catch the fights though, but I want to give you my first reaction from last night. So let's get this thing underway. Give me 1 second. Get this thing set up. All right. And we should get started about the 3 or 4 minute mark. Yeah, because I'm really tired. I'm really tired, man. I just got back in from some little, weekend vacation. So I'm gonna do a first reaction of how last night went since y'all been asking me. But tomorrow we're gonna really go in. We'll really go in for sure tomorrow. But I'm gonna give you my thoughts on these fights. Um, I was thinking about putting it off till tomorrow, but I said, you know what, I gotta get on. We gotta talk, man. We've got to talk because these are some crazy, crazy results. Crazy results. Let me see. Okay, get this pulled up here. Got a few people in here. Kareem, 2Bs, Ephraim, what's up? We get started here in about another 2 minutes. Straight in the building. Just hit that like when y'all come in. Got about 12 of y'all in here. Yeah, give me about an hour today, man. I'm tired. I am tired today. So that's why I'm calling today first reaction because I'm going to rewatch Shevchenko Santos again. And then, I'll talk about it again tomorrow just to kind of go in a little bit more because I see a lot of people been talking. Shout out to coach. I was over there. Even though I was on vacation, I was over there in his stream. And, people were, oh man, people in their feelings. I'm like, uh-oh. I mean, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on the fight though. Give me about, let's see, we'll start here in a minute. Corinne said I was telling y'all Shevchenko needs to be tested. Telling who? I've already said that, man. We've been talking about that over here, man. Well, for me, I mean, if you're talking to everybody else, I mean, come on. Same with Santos. Santos been in my threat list, man. Before most of y'all. Yeah, you said you were doubting her before. When you was doubting her, I had faith in her. But like I said, faith to a certain extent that she can get there. Much like the coach said, there's still levels to it. And I'm gonna talk about that. Because even though I said I felt she won the fight, I can see where she lost it. Because there's 4 opponents you got to beat, 3 judges and the champion. I'm gonna keep saying that. 4 opponents you have. When you don't have a belt, you have 4 opponents, 3 judges and the champion. But we're gonna hold off on that. We're gonna hold off. All right, I got enough people in here. So let's talk for a little bit. Give me about an hour because I'm tired. For y'all that just don't know. I was out of town this past weekend on vacation. I started to do a live for the fight, but Wi-Fi where I was at was kind of sucking. So I said, let me just watch the fights, and we're gonna go that way. Yeah. So let's see here. Let's get to the card. First off, what's going on, y'all? We back. Good weekend, but good card. That's what I'm saying. Look, so many people talk about cards sucking before they even start. Look what happened. The card was good. Now people got to eat crow on that too. Like, that's why I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything. I said, look, We got two good fights on here. We don't know how the other fights are going to be. I saw a lot of good fights. I'm not just talking about the women. I'm talking about the men as well. The men as well put on good fights. So I enjoyed the card. 275 was good. I mean, the main event was good. Santos came to perform. The early prelims was good. But let's talk about these early prelims real quick. Let's talk about this real quick. Featherweight fight. Featherweight fight between Jocelyn Edwards, Ramona Pasquale. Um, I picked Ramona to win this fight, and you can see how I felt like Ramona would win this fight because she had the power advantage, uh, the inside advantage, the knees to the clinch, the knees in the clinch. Jocelyn Edwards, she's not a featherweight. Just a fun fact for y'all that didn't know, Jocelyn Edwards accepted the fight because she got paid more. Because Ramona Pasquale wanted the fight to be at 145. So that tells you that on paper they wanted to make it 135, but she had no intention of making 135, right? So it was on Jocelyn Edwards. Did she want to take the fight? She said, yeah. If they pay her more money, she'll take it. So she took it. But overall, I don't think Pascal, she's a featherweight. I mean, it shows. This fight, it was, you know, they were working. There was never really like a boring moment. It's still not Carla Rose. It wasn't Carla Rose. It wasn't that level of a boring fight. But Jocelyn Edwards was throwing a lot of shots in there, but she was just not making a dent in Ramona Pascal. You know what I mean? Ramona was just like walking through all these shots. She walking out with all of these shots. Um, Jocelyn Edwards, she's always connecting. So I give her that because she's not a full featherweight. She's not a full-on featherweight, so she didn't really want to take any crazy chances. She just wanted to get a victory and get that money. But Ramona, her being a featherweight, I was expecting a little bit more from her. I was expecting her to go in there and, really push Jocelyn Edwards. Like I said, Jocelyn Edwards cannot get any respect because she has no power. Doesn't really have a great ground game. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, like, go ahead and push her. But I give Jocelyn Edwards credit. I mean, she's been working with Valentina. It's kind of been showing with her patience, her kicks, front kicks, calf kicks. I mean, she was really ripping Pascal's lead leg, body, but walked through a lot of those shots because Ramona was just a bigger fighter. I mean, moving forward from here, I mean, it was easy. 30-27. I had a 30-27 easy for Jocelyn Edwards. Well, no, 29-28. Because I think the second round, Ramona won that round. But other than that, she just got outworked, outlanded. I mean, for me, Jocelyn Edwards, yeah, George, she's a flyweight to me. I think she can be a flyweight. I don't really see her as a bantamweight because she's just too slender. Doesn't really have pop on her punches. Doesn't commit like that. Kind of like Chikagan, you know what I mean? Just drop down to the lower weight. Just stick down to the lower weight. That'll work for you. Jocelyn Edwards from here, she cracked a 2-fight losing streak. Ramona Pascal is on a 2-fight losing streak. So hey, from here, Jocelyn moved down. She's not a featherweight. This fight didn't really do the featherweights any justice. So, hey, nothing really big there. I didn't expect either one to really, really show out. I picked Ramona because I thought she'd go in there and land something big, but, she still got some levels to work on too. But man, Sylvania Gomez Juarez versus Liang Na, man. Juarez needed this. This girl was on a what? 2-fight losing streak. She was on a 2-fight losing streak. and she goes in there, erases all of that. You know what I mean? Because so many people were talking trash. I mean, I picked Liang Na myself. Look, I picked Liang Na, but I mean, when it came down to it, I think it's just a style thing because Liang Na, very reckless, gonna walk, gonna walk in there, take big shots, um, to try to get the fight to the ground. Very sloppy, you know. Marcus Bill, what's up? Marcus, what do you think, man? Was that enough to say Juarez is back? I mean, Juarez, I think she did what she had to do because she does have that level of striking. You know, she does have that level of striking where she can control a sloppy fighter. You know, but when Loopy put it on her, you know, Loopy hit harder, stronger, you know, faster. She couldn't handle that. You know, she got pieced up, then got submitted. I mean, she ride with Vanessa Demopoulos, got submitted in that fight. But this one here, you know, Leon Nod, she just really sloppy with it. I mean, she just kept coming forward this whole round, whole first round, just kept coming forward. Juarez threw a few jabs in her face, caught her with that right hand, then caught her with the left hook and put her out, you know? So I thought, you know, Leon Nod, she was going to eat a few shots in this fight, but I thought eventually she'd get it to the ground and she could have won. You know, so I was looking at more of her ground game here that she was going to be able to utilize. Maybe she's going to utilize her reach and keep Juarez on the end of it, but she was sloppy, man. I don't know what she was doing in there. Just like forcing takedowns, grabbing a leg. Yeah, Marcus Bell said no, Suarez needs more work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she needs a lot of work, man. Like this still ain't enough, man. This still ain't enough to say, oh, she back. She just cracked the 2-fight losing streak. But from here, I mean, it's a good confidence builder. You know, she's 37. Um, Loma Labugni. I'm throwing names out there. Her and Carolina. I don't know. You know, Carolina Kobakevich, she don't really need like a big threat. So put her in there. I like that. You know. So yeah, just real quick running through those fights. Good knockout for Juarez, much needed. But let's talk about this co-main event. Let me go in here. All right. Well, not the co-main event. We're gonna talk about this rematch first. Oh man. When I saw that, man, I fell on my face like Joanna did, man. I was just laying there when I saw this, man. Oh man, Weili's on. She gets it done. 2 rounds. She gets it done over Joanna. I picked Weili, but dang, man, I didn't know it was gonna be this quick. I mean, what did y'all think, man? Like, who picked Weili to submit or stop Joanna? Did I say stoppage? I think I said like a decision, either decision or like a stoppage. But in this fashion, man, I just spinning back fist and completely out. Like I saw a stoppage coming, maybe like Joanna being worn down, but Joanna was just like really missing the step here. I mean, look, first off, look, 2 years out the game, I don't care who you are. If your mind is not on fighting and you've been out for 2 years, you're gonna feel it. Especially when you came off a hard loss. Right? When you already came off a hard loss where you took a lot of punishment, it's gonna be hell coming back. Right? So first off, Joanna was cracking a 2-year layoff. Weili just cracked a 2-fight losing streak by cracking Joanna upside the head. A lot of crack going on there, right? So man, nah, for real though, man. I didn't see it going down like this, man. I didn't see it going down like this for Joanna, man. I thought Joanna would have gave it more of a tactical approach. Stamina said, seeing JJ slump like that, I was in a parallel universe. That was bizarre. Yeah, that was worse than the Rose knockout. That's what I was telling people. I was like, when Rose put her down, I could see that because Rose's accuracy. But the fashion that Joanna got knocked out in, I was like, she ran into something. Like she's never this reckless. You know what I mean? Like she never been this reckless just to run into something. I mean, she gets hit a lot, but I think it was just in the fashion that she was just like swinging a wild right hand and leaning forward. There was no technique like how she was approaching it. So I was just like, wow, you know, because whenever Rose caught her, it was about timing. You know, it was okay, that can happen. But this fashion, like JJ face first after throwing a sloppy right hand or just stepping into something, I was like, yo, wow, she's really done. You know, she's really done at this point. Marcus said, I thought Weili was going to win by decision. Then again, the accumulation of damage over the 2 years and the 2 year layoff had its effects on JJ. Yeah, it did. That's one thing I was saying. Like, I don't know if 2 years is going to erase the damage that she's taking. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not, I don't think that's something that's going to recover. I think that's something that's going to stick with her at this point, you know? Um, but let's talk about like the technique of Joanna. Like, the technique of Joanna in this fight was really off. Balance was off. You know, she started off with a few good calf kicks, you know, did a little sweep kick, you know, took Weili off balance. Okay, I was like, okay, maybe she's just warming up. But even the way Joanna was just like stepping in, like her stance, she looked really like gangly and off balance this time. Usually she's like poised on her balls of her feet, kind of bouncing, throwing feints. This time she kind of had her hands open and just really, really off, you know, really sloppy. V. Kendra said, who did I pick? I picked Weili to win this one. Like by decision or a stoppage, I picked Weili to win. And for the main event, Valentina, which I could have went with Taylor. I should have went with Taylor, but I thought Taylor won. But I'm not really going to go in because it was a close fight, and I'm not arguing the decision because Valentina did enough on the judges' scorecards, right? Wow, who did you pick, V. Kendra? She said, really hard to see Joanna go out like that. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, Joanna, like it was in the cards for her though. I mean, she's been doing a lot. She's been doing a lot except fight. You know, she's been doing a lot except fight. I mean, she's been training. Yeah, hitting mitts, sparring. She really just started sparring like I think I'm gonna say back in March, they said. I think something like in March. Yeah. And really with the 2 year layoff, like I said, I just couldn't see her back in the game like that. MJ said the face plant from Joanna was hard to watch. Yeah, like not only that, like she face planted, then she started to get up, her head lifted up, then she laid back down. That's what made it even like really brutal. You know, she lifted her head up, then she laid back down like she was like, I'm defeated. It wasn't even like she was completely out. Go back and look. Joanna lifted her head up like she wanted to get up, but she couldn't. So that really tells you that she's defeated. So retirement is right. Because even Weili, when she got dropped by Rose, you know, she wanted to get up. But her, she said, lift her head up. No, she went back down. Because I picked Weili, but I thought it would be close. You know, a lot of people kept thinking Joanna by split decision, but I was like, I don't know. I mean, yes, she's got the technique, but I was just kept thinking about that myself. I was like, I don't know if she got the skill. I mean, I'm not the skill. I don't know if she got that fire in her. Like she hadn't been acting like she used to, you know? Efren said, yeah, it looked like JJ didn't. She didn't want to continue. No, she didn't. She really didn't. He said she's super sad to lose JJ, but she's one of the few women who made a good amount of money in the game. So I'm happy she can retire comfortably. Yeah, I'm, you know, definitely one of the highest paid strawweights. Better to get out now instead of getting brain damage, you know? Who knows what kind of damage she already has. So, you know, get out. You know what I mean? Like, don't come back. And I think that's best for because I think round one took a lot out of Joanna. I think Joanna got concussed on the first takedown. It looked like she landed back. Yeah, she landed on her head. Like I saw that too. Like it was either the first or second takedown. Because the first takedown, she put her into the cage and like she kind of came down on her head, and she wasn't the same ever since. Because like Weili started pounding that head in the hamburger right there. I mean, she was like smashing that head into the cage. Then you want to like bounce, got back up, only get taken back down. When she get like 3 or 4 takedowns in the first round, she tried to score like a side kick. Then Weili grabs it, grabs that leg, single leg, takes her down again. And you never seen her get mauled like this. That's another thing. Like the Joanna off balance, gangly, sloppy, always open to be hit. So I'm not really gonna say anything about that. But dominated on the ground. Like she just didn't have that quick scramble. Because that quick scramble she has, right? She ain't had that quick scramble like that. She was in there really getting mauled this time. I Weili had her on a full mount. She got the full mount on her. I mean, side control. She was just dropping forearms on her head. Yeah, she looked okay in the stand-up, but she was still getting hit. Like I won't say okay. She looked sloppy. Like that was her best bet because even like Weili started countering that calf kick. When she started throwing a calf kick, Weili would start hitting her with the right hand in the forehead again. And the left hook was landing. So I think she was gonna lose either way, you know. Um hold on, it says something. I want to go back. So Joanna said she didn't expect Weili would be that strong. Now people saying Weili on pads. Nah, Weili ain't on no pads, man. She just focused. Like that's what she's like when she's focused. Like the way she handled Tisha Torres, she was just focused. Andrade. I think mentally she wasn't in that Rose fight, but she was just this one she was in. Oh, MJ said I blame Joanna's coaches in the UFC for her downfall. They know damn well that she should have taken a tune-up fight. Bunch of money hungry. Yes, on my channel, look, MJ, we go all the way back to last year. I said, look, Dern. Rodriguez would have been considered the tune-up last year. Because I think Rodriguez was like 2-0. I kept doing videos on that, man. People kept getting mad too. The fanboys. Because I was like, yo, Joanna ain't getting no title shot after 2 years. She ain't do nothing. And now Dana promises her one after, even if she won this fight, he promised her one. He was gonna get her killed. That's the thing Dana didn't think of. I was like, you trying to get her killed? She's been out for 2 years and took a bad beating in her last fight. Like even in boxing, guys come back after 2 years with a tune-up. Well, except Errol Spence, he already ready, but he's always ready. But for Joanna, that's different. I mean, this girl been in wars, and for him to let her come back right away against a killer, that is kind of messed up. That's why I kept saying she needed to fight Dern, or even I think Rodriguez would have beat her too. But at least Rodriguez was, well, no. Last year she fought Rodriguez. Rodriguez was like number 6 or 7. And she only was like 2-0. It would have been smarter. Like after Rodriguez beat Ebos, Joanna and Marina would have been a good fight. But now, when you let her take a full 2 years and some change off, actually what, 2 years or 4 years, you let her come back against Weili, who's been consistently working, even though she's lost. Like, oh, come on, you trying to get her killed, man. And that's what damn near happened in this fight. I'm sorry. V. Kendra said at least Rodriguez won't take you down. Exactly. That would have been a good striking fight. But this here, Weili's put the wrestling, the boxing together, man. I mean, the way she was like grabbing each limb of Joanna, the leg, the arm, just turning her into a pretzel. I was impressed. Colton said Weili looked good. Yes, she looked good. Looked good. Side kicks to the body. She was working that body like she does the pad. And you can see them body kicks were hurt. They were hurt. Cole said, Weili look good. Vikira said they let Joanna fight in Asia. Yeah, she got a big fan base over there, but still, I ain't gonna lie, Vikira, she was looking a little bit better because she had the hands too. I love Suarez, but I mean, she looking like she was better. Y'all hit that like, you got like 22 people. I'm talking, but let me remind y'all, hit that like. You got 22 people. Get us the 18 before I talk. Before I talk, Shevchenko Santos. Let's go ahead and get up to 15 likes or more. Yeah. Just keep going. 22 people. Yeah, hit that like before we talk Shevchenko Santos. Won't talk it till we get there. J Ball said Weili had much more of a kicking approach. Beautiful kicking approach. I mean, she was doing that Manon kick to the body, side kick to the body, uh, front kick to the body, side kick, hitting them ribs. Good performance though. Just all around good performance. You want to say Weili beats Carla first round? Pretty much. It could be. It could be that way. It could be that way. It could be that way because Carla couldn't take Joanna striking. Marina put some good hits on her too. And the thing about Weili is she ain't quitting. Like when she hurts you, she's taking you down. And I think physically we can already say who's a stronger fighter, right? We already know who's a stronger fighter here. And hey, I love the call out. Weili said, "Yo, Carla, let's do it in Abu Dhabi. Let's do it in a neutral, let's do it in a neutral country, and we can make it happen. That this won't be a fight where you in America or China would do it in Abu Dhabi. I like that, so that's cool with me." Australia said Weili might retire Carla too. Yeah, she might. She might be. Might start calling her, mother time. If she can retire one more fighter, retire Joanna, retire Carla. Oh man, Robot Chickens, what's up? He said vintage Weili is back. Yeah, man. Stammer said Carla would 100% fold under the strikes. JJ absorbed that in the first round. Panic wrestle will be that, will be the order of the day. Joanna also said that about Rose. What are you talking about? Oh, hold on. Colton said Joanna said Weili beats Carla first round. Oh yeah. J Ball said Weili definitely didn't look better than Suarez in the grapple. Let's be for real. Well-roundedness for me. Like I think Suarez is better wrestling, but I think hands and approach as just like a full MMA fighter. Weili had everything. I know we're gonna say, yeah, Weili, Joanna's rusty, but come on, she still did it. Joanna was begging for it. No excuses. She begged for it. I want title shot. I want the title shot. This is it. MJ said, "Is Weili in her prime?" I think so. Because she's already. I think Weili's already. Um, she's got the belt once. Found out what she needs to work on. Now she found out, but now she's applying it. I think she's getting somewhere. I think she's got a couple of steps ahead of some of these other girls now. Kill switch wise too, like even over Andrade maybe. I'd pick Weili in the rematch over Andrade too. Derek, what is up, man? What you think of them fights, Derek? What you think, man? Who, Derek? Did you pick Weili? J Ball said, "Yeah, Weili is definitely more well rounded." Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like she's more well rounded, and that's what I need. I mean, that's what everybody needs. That's what she needs. You know. Colton said, "Let's get to the Valentina talk." Oh, we'll get there, man. Don't worry, man. We talking right now. We talking, man. We talking. Let's get to 20 likes, and then we'll probably do it. But anyway, I still got some things to say here. Weili, Carla, Let's do it. Um, farewell to Joanna. Farewell to Joanna. She, back in the day, look, yeah, Joanna used to irritate me. Definitely. You know what I mean? I don't know her personally, but you know what I mean? She just, sometimes, but in a way that, yeah, she used to irritate me, but I used to respect the fight game with her. I still love watching her fight though. Like, she's a decision queen, but I like that type of decision work. The way she be beating people up and they can't do. So I got to give Joanna in that respect. Definitely enjoy watching her fight. Probably one of the more exciting strawweights. Never been in a boring fight. She'll never do a strawweight title fight like we experienced, a little while back. I ain't even gonna mention the names now, but you know what fight I'm talking about. Joanna's never been in that type of fight. Um, got one of the best jabs in WMMA. Some of the best takedown defense. One of the strongest, and still has the longest rating run. So with that, that's my little farewell speech for Joanna. Got to give a lot of respect as far as her grind. In 2 years off, I didn't expect her to come back in there and be 100% beat Weili. Not at all, man. I was like, if anything happened, is if Weili loses a touch. And Weili did not lose a touch. She didn't lose it. So it's like, yo, it's all good. I don't want her to come back at all. Don't talk. Oh, like, oh, I'm done now. And then want to come back in a year or so whenever everything switches up at the top. Don't do that. Like if Weili moves up to 125, don't be like, oh man, like I'm gonna come back. No, I don't want to hear that. BP said thoughts on Chandler Letson. I like it. I would like it better if it was at 145. I did a video talking about it. Well, not just I'm just messing Colton. I mean, I'm not really waiting on the likes. I'm just talking about these fights in order. So just hang back and chill. Hang back and chill. Just hang back and chill. Rodriguez called out Rose. There you go. Derek Bailey said he picked Weili, Shevchenko, Edwards, and Leon. Okay, so you got the Edwards. I got that wrong, man. We both got Leon wrong. Technically, we got Shevchenko right. Definitely got Zhang Weili right. Colton said, will they do Weili versus Rose 3? If Rose beats Marina and Weili beats Carla, I think they will. And if Weili aggressively calls her out, that Stamps, I'm renegotiating the lights. Yeah, I got to, man, because especially, I'm just playing. Man. I just like to see how greedy people are with the light sometimes. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to hit the light instead of asking me, why didn't I get notified? You know what I mean? It helps y'all out. Yeah, V Kim said she picked Liang Na too. I did too. 2B said, please tell me you're doing an open session tomorrow. I can do one tomorrow. I hadn't planned on it, but yeah, I can. Because I'll be on longer tomorrow. I got about another 30 minutes. So this last 30 minutes, we're going to dedicate to Shevchenko Santos. How y'all like that? Boxing Combat Films, what's up? He said, what a knockout. Zhang is a monster. Need that Rose rubber match. Yeah, we do. Man, imagine if she was hitting Rose to the body like that. Imagine if she was hitting Rose to the body like that, man. But yeah, shout out to Weili. I'm glad she put it all together. I'm glad she's back, back and better than ever. Joanna, got a lot of respect for her as a fighter. The grind she put in. She ain't gonna never mimic what she did in the past. So, hey, that's it. That's the end of her career. I mean, nobody else has been able to do what she's did. So, hey, she's got something to stand on, right? Like, what do you think, Stamina? I mean, let me ask you, like, Joanna's like, she set a milestone, right? Nobody's been able to get 5 title defenses in this division, right? So it's like, hey, you good. You could be considered like the best strawweight. I know people say, oh, Rose beat you, but we could say Joanna's had the better title run, right? I mean, it depends on what you're looking at. Robot Chicken said we don't need any more Rose. She's boring. I would like for Weili to get some get back, though. I want Weili to get some get back at some point. Robot Chicken said he has Suarez by KO. Okay, okay. Darby, what's up? He said good fights. I couldn't breathe that whole Valentina Shevchenko fight, Santos fight. Okay, so main event for let's talk the main event for the WMMA fans. All right. All right, the main event for the WMMA fans here. Valentina Shevchenko, Tyler Santos. Okay. Um First off, I have to say she is a fighter, Taylor Santos that is. She's a fighter I had to put in my quadruple threat, triple threat, whatever you want to call it. I put her in there for a reason, just because I've been watching her, and I said, okay, this girl's got a style. Like I can only break it down so much because people gonna be like, oh, it's Valentina, she ain't gonna win. So I already been watching her, and something about her style just told me I think she has it. You know, her and Manon, they're in there for a reason right now. I know y'all gonna argue about the rest, but believe me, these two right now already on a level I think could give Valentina trouble. Now, did I say they go in there and beat her off top? Maybe, maybe not. Right? But like BJ was saying, he said I should have went all out and just picked her. He was like, you could go all out and pick her, just go ahead and pick her. But I'm still thinking in a technical manner now. Like, look, this triple threat list, the purpose of it is to tell you that this fighter has potential to not maybe just win the belt, but even in the fashion, if they lose, that person is still going to give the champion a tough fight. Okay? That's the whole purpose of my list, is to basically say this person does have something that's going to give Valentina hell. And Tyler Santos did that. So in that point, I was right. You know what I mean? At that point, I got to tell you, look, I may have not went all out and just say, okay, I'm cheerleading, say she can do it, or she is going to do it. I said she can do it, but you have to look at it like this, y'all. Look, listen. As a fan, I'll pick. Like I told BJ, as a fan, I'll pick her. I'm cheerleading for her. As a fan, I pick Santos, okay? But as an analysis, I have to pick Shevchenko in this case. You know why? Because she's been here time and time again. She's been 5-round fights. And Shevchenko knows how to beat those 4 opponents. You know what 4 opponents I'm talking about. She knows how to beat Santos and those 3 judges. She knows how to beat Santos, and she's going to know how to impress those judges. Now, before we really get into it, I think Santos won the fight 3-2, but it wasn't a robbery. You know why? Because Shevchenko did enough to impress 2 judges. And she did. She really did. Because if I was in Santos's corner, I would have been like, you're giving this fight away. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. We ain't even going to go. I ain't going to go no controversy like y'all just going back and forth. The reason Santos didn't get the victory, you know why? She wasn't throwing any strikes. She was not throwing any strikes on the ground. Like, again, for me, ground control time did stand for something. Like I did give her rounds because of ground control time. Because hey, y'all give that to other people all the time. Like y'all, why can't you give it to Santos? When somebody lay on top or they in, they got a position like a rear naked choke, but they still haven't got it. It's like, hey, why ain't you give her the round? Why can't you get at Santos? Why? Because it's Valentina? No, I don't care. I gave Santos the first 3 rounds. I don't care what you say. You arguing me about it. I gave her the first 3 rounds, but at the same time, I can see why the judges gave it to her. You know why the judges gave it to her? Because I'm over here at home or I'm on my vacation. I'm in a hotel. I'm yelling. I'm yelling at the screen saying, Santos, where's your damn ground and pound? Excuse me. I'm like, where your damn ground and pound? That's what I was saying the whole time. I was like, I was hitting the desk because I was like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. When you get Valentina down like that, you got the triangle on her body like in this picture. Before you get the rear naked choke, you need to be pounding her head side to side, left and right. And then when that head goes limp, then you lock in the rear naked choke. I mean, you can tell me if I'm lying. I mean, do you agree or not? I mean, people that disagree, I know y'all just really so hung up on Valentina, but I'm telling the truth. Thank you, Kareem Spears work. Thank you. Yeah. Derek. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you just don't go in there and try to submit Valentina. She's strong. Like what kind of game plan did they come up with where they said we just going to take this fighter down and try to submit a physically strong, active fighter? Why didn't they say we got to chop this girl up? We got to chop her up, make her bleed, weaken her. Hell, the fight plan before that. Why didn't they watch that? Did they not see what Weili was doing? They got the screens in the back. Didn't they see Weili, what Weili did to Joanna? She pummeled her on the ground. Santos was in here trying to win a jiu-jitsu match. Beautiful, beautiful transitions all day long. And again, that's what I was scoring as a judge. But the other 2 judges, they favored activity. And that activity was from Valentina. So I can't knock them. They said the champion is busy. Hey, give it to her. So if I was in Santos' corner, I was like, why you ain't working? Okay, don't be mad when you lose. Right? Don't be mad if you lose. That's how I saw it. So that's what it came down to me. So when I was shout out to coach, I was in his chat the other day, everybody going back and forth, arguing. Some people thought Valentina won 5-0. I didn't never see that though. I ain't never see that. Some people think, oh, Santos was robbed, Valentina was robbed. Nobody was robbed in this situation. Like nobody was going to be robbed because it was a good competitive fight. And every time I come down to a split decision, it's like I said, if it goes to the other fighter, it's because you're behind, slacked at some point, and you didn't do enough. Again, my example, JoJo and Lauren Murphy. Yeah, we all thought JoJo won that fight. Some of y'all thought JoJo won that fight, but I said, if it goes to Lauren, it's your fault. So when it comes down to it, I picked Taylor. I think she won. No, I didn't pick Taylor, but I thought she won. But when it comes down to it, I say the reason you lost is your own fault. Like the judges didn't help Valentina at all. The judges didn't help Valentina. Let me go ahead and put it that way. Straight up. Valentina was not helped by the judges. Taylor put on a hell of a fight, could have won it, but the reason it slipped out of her hands is her own fault. It's her own fault. Okay. Like I said, I gave her the ground control, but there should have been more activity. There should have been a lot more activity on the ground. I was like, there should have been more work. You got Valentina in this position right here. Like I said, you should have been mauling. You should have been bouncing her head back and forth with lefts and rights. You should have been cutting her the way she was. And look at this position. I mean, it's like Valentina was hitting her from behind. Oh, man, let me. I got some dirty minds in here. Maybe I shouldn't have said it like that, but she was throwing backwards punches. Let's put it that way. She was throwing strikes from behind. Okay, let me put it that way. She was hitting her with right hands backwards. Okay, that sounds better. She was reaching back. She was punching Taylor Santos, as you can see, staying active. That's her thing. It's like when Valentina gets to the ground, like she's a grappler and a wrestler, but she's still a fighter. Like she's still hitting. Santos wanted to grapple. So in a way, she did give up her game plan. She did say, "I'm gonna grapple. I'm better at grappling." She didn't say anything about ground and pound or beating her up or anything like that. And I think that's what caused her to fight. To me, um, and as you can see, the eye. Let's go ahead and address the eye too. I think. I think first off, hold on. I'm gonna get to the comments here in a minute, but first off, the eye. Hold on, was it somebody deleting something? Hold on, let me see something here. Oh, Gary Baldwin talking about hate. You can leave that comment. That's okay. You don't have to delete that comment. Yeah. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, the eye. Okay, the eye. So first off, the eye. The headbutt contributed to the swelling, but the eye was already swelling from, guess what? Valentina strikes on the ground. Okay. That's what it came down to. Valentina was active on the ground. She was always putting hands on Santos on the feet and on the ground. She was just like if you ever pick up like a badger or when it's still young, it's just like continues to scratch. You try to hold it down so it can keep scratching you and punching and leaves marks on you. That's what Valentina was doing. Like she was holding on tight to her, but Valentina's still reaching back, hitting her in the face, hitting her in the face, hitting her in the face. And when she's hitting her in the face, you see that right eye was swelling up. When Santos got up at the end of, I can't remember the round, when she got up, I was already starting to swell, right? But the headbutt also happened because um, the it's the southpaw style. The southpaw orthodox style. Whenever two fighters reach in, right hand, left hand, the heads are going to clash. Maybe Val kind of extended it out a little bit more. Maybe she knew what she was doing. Dirty tactics or dirty tactics. I don't know, but she leaned in, cracked that head, and that really made the swelling start. But the swelling was already there. The headbutt made it more pronounced. And yeah, Gary, I just posted that earlier. Yeah, her orbital bone is broken. Yeah, in case y'all didn't see the post. Oh, Sleight of Mind, what's up? Yeah, in case y'all didn't see the post, Taylor Santos is what do you call it? Orbital bone is broken. Yeah. So rematch is out for now. We'll talk about that in a minute though. So yeah, the eye was already swelling because of the activity on the ground. But see, Taylor, she could have had that success. Who was that in here talking about how big Taylor's hands were? I'm like, yeah, man, like you damn right her hands are big. I was like, yeah, like, why are you not working? I was like, why are you not working? You got these big hands. You got her on the ground now. Why not work? She was working hands on JoJo. Like, why not throw these hands now? So, first 3 rounds, I thought she had some good ground control time. I thought she did enough to take them. But yeah, that third round, to me, it could have went either way too. It was like, okay, if you thought the striking at the beginning of the round was enough for Valentina, good, because Taylor on the stand up gave too much respect. I think she gave too much respect to Valentina. I think she should have been stepping in more at an angle instead of standing straight in front of her. She should have parried the right hand. I know I'm making it sound easy, but if you are a Muay Thai fighter in UFC level, you should be doing something like this, right? It should be easy because you're number 3 or 4. Easier than I can say it or do it, right? So when you're dealing with a southpaw, you got to use your jab to kind of neutralize theirs. You can kind of paw with it. You got to paw it and keep their feet off balance. Like if you back a southpaw up or keep them off balance, that's good because you won't have to worry about the angles anymore. Like you won't have to worry about them tricky angles. That's why you have to make sure your striking is on point, not just focus on grappling. Like you got to make sure that even your hands is on point because there's going to come a time in the fight. There's going to come a time in the fight where you got to use your hands, right? And I think Taylor wanted the ground so much that she didn't she didn't land any body shots standing up, no ground and pound. And yet, when it came down to it, the judges saw fit to give it to the champion because the champion was more active. Like I said, my vote. What does my vote count for? Mine might change when I watch the fight again, But when the fight plays out like this, you do have to go with the active fighter that is taking advantage of every moment to do something significant, not just damage, but to pile up meaningful points. And I think that Valentina did pile up a lot of meaningful points. And like you see in the eye right there starting to swell. And I thought she came on strong at 4 and 5. Those are pretty much guaranteed because she locked down round 5 for sure with her own takedown. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. There's really, to me, I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer. And like I said, I'm going to change my own mind if I want. Nobody's going to change my mind on this one. It'll be my choice. So that's where I'm at with that. So I'm not really arguing with anybody about how the fight went. I mean, you can give me your points, definitely, like what y'all saw. But if you tell me I'm wrong, I don't care. I really don't. I mean, if you think Valentina won, fine. That's good for you then. I mean, like I said, why you think 3 judges didn't come to the agreement here? 2 did, but 1 didn't, right? I mean, if it was 5 judges, I mean, what would it be? So yeah, that's my thoughts though. Colton said at the very least, Taylor was the one who really humbled Valentina for the public eye. Yeah, she did. I was listening to the post fight. He asked, one of the guys asked why she didn't do the dance, and I think she said it was her foot or something like that. You think it was really her foot, or you think it was her feeling a little humble? What do you think? I mean, look, I don't know. Oh man, Gary Waller said Nunez wins better than Val's. She got some good names on her resume, yeah, for sure, definitely. All right, let me see here. I'm just kind of skimming through comments here. Stray said it was Taylor's first 5-round fight. I think she was pacing herself way too much. She won't be next time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, and to me, that's what it came down to. It was like my technical pick had to be Valentina because she's been here many times. Like, if you're gonna fight a 5-round fight, if your game plan is to fight a 5-round fight for Taylor and Valentina, then I got to go with the 5-round veteran. And that's Valentina. So, like, technically, yeah. But like I said, my fan pick, yeah, I want Taylor to win. She's in my triple threat. So yeah. But just so y'all know, first off, too, let me address this. So, let me address this. How do I address it now? If y'all notice one thing with me, one thing I didn't say throughout this whole thing, and I'm not going to say it because it's not true, is you never heard me say Valentina was exposed. You know why? Because she wasn't. Her levels are the same. Valentina was just fighting somebody in there that's finally reached her level. Bottom line. All right. You didn't hear me say anything about Valentina need to go back. Oh, she's just bad. She ain't as good as we thought. It's not that. Her opponents are finally on that level. So which way do y'all want it? Because if it was Lauren Murphy and she beats her, everybody says, oh, she fighting bums. She fighting tomato cans. Now that the minute the competition steps up, it's like, oh man, like Valentina ain't that good. Right? Now it's, oh, Valentina ain't that good. How do you want it? Which way do you want it? Because if she beat Santos in one round, you say she's a tomato can. So how do you want it? The MMA fan, y'all got to decide, how do you want it? That's my next video. How do you want it? How do y'all want it, man? Because it's like, if she runs through Chikagan, she runs through Jessica I, you're like, oh man, she fighting bums. But now that she fought a fighter that's close to her level, that really want it, she's a bum. Or she's been kind of exposed. No, not at all. So no. To me, Valentina's not been exposed. She's just facing the evolved messages. Oh, I was looking at your comment slide, mine. Not message. You missing on my hold on. I just saw it. Hold on. I just looked down at your comments slide of mine. My bad. Because I'm skipping comments right now because I'm just going in on what I gotta say. But I'm also noticing people just kind of arguing too. So my thing is, the fighters are evolving. So expect the competition to be on her level. Or maybe beyond that one day. Okay? That's all it is. Valentina is still the fighter she is, but it's the fighters that's on a better level now. Hold on, Slider Mom. I'm gonna go back and look at your comment. Hold on. He said it's lit up in here. Yeah. Gordon, what's going on? He said, I never liked the idea that ineffective takedown control time is credited, but escapes, reversals, and strikes from the disadvantage position don't override it. Well, strikes did. I thought they did. Valentina strikes did override it when two judges scorecards, you know? I think it just kind of depends what they're looking for. If they like it. Hang on. Side of mine. Hold on. I gotta go all the way back up here, man. Hang on. Okay. You said imagine controlling and dominating someone on the ground, but still getting dominated on the ground that you were on top of. Imagine controlling and dominating someone on the ground, but still getting dominated on the ground that you're on top of. You mean like how Valentina's hitting her? He said, okay, Simon said Taylor was never really winning, and even before the headbutt, she was getting outstruck on the feet and on the ground. But how do you count strikes on the ground though? Like apparently judges don't really score strikes on the ground as much. I thought Taylor was winning because I thought her ground control time was overriding the strikes on the ground. Now on the feet, she was winning, but it wasn't until like round 4 and 5 where she was just completely getting outstruck. To me, I just thought that there was that one moment that could have made it go either way on the third round. And yeah, like a couple of times when she did already blast them hands off one in like the first and second, but then that's when she took it to the ground. But yeah, that I I'm glad somebody finally realized. Yeah, the eye started swelling the from the strikes on the ground. Taylor was really struggling. Hold on. Let me see. Where you at? Where you at? Okay. Also, by the way, I've been in a whole different country, and I'll be for a while. But Grasso said that she's open to doing an interview, but not right now, and I'll explain why. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I'm kind of busy myself, and like I said, I'm not really. I mean, if you get it. That's fine. Yeah. You know, like I said, I'm always gonna be talking WMMA regardless. So, and y'all gonna come and listen to me anyway, right? I mean, that's why I appreciate y'all. Interview or not, we gonna talk, right? Um, Imagine controlling, and what do you mean by that? Imagine controlling? Maybe I'm overthinking that comment side of mine. Oh, hold on. Gordon said, okay, Gordon Moore said, "Comma, that's my point. This was a big change. Val got what was typically been denied for many years, like Andrea. Oh, good competition. Yeah, like that's all I've been saying. With the girls on the come up, I'm like they're evolving, So the day Valentina meets somebody with that level, that's just everything we've been asking for. That's all. We've just been asking for that. Let me see. Re Reposted side of mine. I had to dig all the way back up. Reposted where you said she was struggling. I think she was exerting more energy to get what she wanted. Where did she struggle? I'll go back and look though. I'm not saying you lying, but yeah, I can definitely see there's a moment or two where she struggled. I know in like 4 and 5, but maybe was it round two? Okay, here we go. He said Taylor was trying very hard to not get reversed and countered on the ground. She was essentially just holding Val and didn't want to commit the strikes because of how active Val was on the ground. Yeah, it was a moment like that even for Valentina. Like I can't remember what round where she just kind of like had Taylor pinned up, you know. But I see what you're talking about. Yeah, there's a moment in there where she's holding her, and that's why I said like, believe me, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that what I thought was effective enough to win, but it could still go Valentina's way because overall she's just looking to grapple, right? And they're not looking at that, right? She just wants to grapple. So if she's just holding this fighter not to hit, yeah, yeah, she was hand fighting a lot. Yeah, like I wanted to see her throw more strikes to really, really secure the victory. Oh, hold on, Saint. You said punches from the back in submissive position literally do nothing. I don't understand how you give someone the advantage for that. She was trying to sub her. You mean the punches that Valentina were landing weren't doing anything? I mean, look at the eye. The eye didn't come from the head, but the eye started swelling from those punches. V. Kendra said Rose took 5 rounds to submit Page. What? I thought that was a 3 round fight. That wasn't no championship fight. Um, y'all remember Caitlin versus Yana, right? Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my goodness. You said her eye was caused by the head, but it started from the punches though. Did you not see like when she got up, like her eye was swelling up? Her eye was oh, wait, let me pull up the fight. I see you just got here. But I said that the headbutt contributed to the breaking of the orbital bone and the really serious swelling. But the eye was already kind of lit from the punches. Oh, see, you just got here. See, I already talked about it. See, you came right in and trying to put work. Come on, Saint. Yeah, I said the headbutt is what caused the breaking of the orbital bone, but the swelling had started from the strikes. So you just got here. You didn't hear me, so I'm not telling you anything because I didn't say that. I mean, if you got to scrub back and hear what I said that the strikes caused the swelling. Hey, I'll let one of y'all. Hey, somebody want to grab me? I'll hit you in the face when I watch your eyes start swelling, and then shoot, the headbutt is the punches. They tenderized it. I'm just the punches tenderized it, but the headbutt is what crushed it. I know that for a fact. Yeah. But you punch somebody from behind, you still reaching back punching, they still gonna swell your eye. Yeah, your eye's easily damaged no matter what. No matter what the judges are scoring. If I stick my finger in your eye and you behind me, still gonna blind you. Or if I punch you in the eye from behind, still gonna, you know, uh, mess up your vision. Hang on. What else? What else? What else was I talking about? You over here talking about that eye, man. You know, I ain't say that. Like I said, she was punching her in the face. That's why Taylor's eye started swelling up. But that headbutt made it worse. Because even right here in this picture, I'm thinking this is before the headbutt, right? Oh man, you got to be out for a broken orbital bone like 9 months sometimes. It depends, but like 9, 10 months depends if you need a metal plate in your eye. Sports Princess, what's going on? Yeah, we just talking about this fight. You know what I mean? Like I said, exactly. Thank you. You see, like I said, her eye was swelling before the hit. Like Valentina can still hit hard when she's reaching back. You know, she's still hitting hard. Like that's the reason she was winning these rounds on those two judges' scorecards because she's active. You know, and that's why I was saying Taylor needed to take a page out of Weili's book. She needed to take a page out of Weili's book because when she gets you down, she is working. Manon works. V. Kendra said, do you think Valentina's IQ is suspect? Her corner kept telling her to stop clinching. I think that was her ego. I don't think her IQ is suspect. I think that was just her ego. She wanted to go in there and match her, and it wasn't working. Put book Pena Valentina next. Well, the word is Valentina wants Misha Tate next. So Colton said, do you think Taylor could beat Manon? That's a good fight. That's a good fight right there. I think it has the ability to go either way. Like Manon, I think Manon could win on the feet, but Taylor could possibly win on the ground. But the thing about Manon, she's really strong too, and Manon's going to hit when she's on the ground. Manon has ground and pound. She doesn't just go in there and try to submit. Yeah, collision, headbutt, yeah, however you want to put it. Yeah, but like I was saying, when you a southpaw and an orthodox, heads will collide. Yes, I'm not. It's not in the traditional fashion of like a headbutt, like it was intentional. But We're just saying that because the head did connect. But yeah, like when you're dealing with a right hand versus left hand, you know, whoever reaches in or you reach in simultaneously, lean in, heads will collide. Sports Princess said Taylor should get a rematch, but if Taylor's injury is bad, then I'm all for Valentina fight for Misha or whatever, whoever else. Yeah, I think it is pretty bad because she did break. It's a broken orbital bone, so yeah, she'll probably be out like 9 months. And Misha fights in July. If Misha wins, they might close out the year fight, right? Well, Sports Princess, what did you think of the fight overall, though? Like I said, I thought Taylor won. I'm not gonna argue with anybody about it. Like I said, it could have went either way to me when I think about it because, like I said, Valentina did the champion tricks. You know, she did the veteran tricks. She was landing active on the ground, so she did the veteran tricks in there. So she keeps her belt. No way am I gonna say Valentina. Like I said, Valentina was not exposed. Taylor Santos was not robbed. It was a good fight. Um, it was a step up in level. You know, no more comfortable fights for Valentina at this point. You know, no more comfortable fights for it. You know, that's what it is. I think as the girls get better and they evolve, she's gonna be fighting girls like this and Manon and according to Gordon, Andrea Lee, right? You know, as they get up there, so Robot Chicken says Santos would smash Chikagan. I agree. Yeah, yeah. After looking at that, yeah, she definitely would. She would body her. Thing is, she can't. Yeah, yeah. She never mind. Yeah, yeah. She would body Chikagan. She get it to the ground. She's so much stronger too, man. I think Valentina felt that strength. Valentina was like, "Oh snap, this girl is strong." Marcus said Valentina versus Misha Tate is almost like trying to feed a baby jar of sweet peas made by Gerber. Valentina's talking main event with that fight. I'm just saying. She said it. I don't know if it's main event worthy, but Boxing Combat Film said in a rematch, Shevchenko kills Taylor on the feet unless Taylor can submit her. Man, her right hook. I told y'all in that video I did. I said, look, she gets hit with right hands, and every time she stepped in, Valentina would crack her with that check right hook, jab, whatever you want to call it. How she would, whatever she wanted to throw on her right side, she was working it. Then when the eye was broke, she switched over to the left hand. You know, Sports Princess said Valentina was definitely tested for sure, and I thought Valentina won. She did more damage. Damage matters. Takedowns mean nothing if you don't inflict damage. Yeah, she should have. She should have been working on the ground. Yeah, Taylor should have been working on the ground. She did like Melissa Gatto was doing. You know, Melissa Gatto kept trying to submit Tracy Cortez, and mm, yeah. Jay Boss, I don't blame Valentina. One thing I love about Valentina is that she doesn't play that friend BS with her potential opponents. Yeah. Rear naked choke is one of the highest submission percentage in MMA. I think that outweighs those strikes, but we can agree to disagree. You think the submission attempt outweighs the strikes? Um, hmm. I know they were doing damage. That's what I was talking about, really. I mean, I'm going to think on that. Really, like I have to kind of look at like the situation in the fight again. Like, what does it kind of hinder on a fighter at the same time? Oh, hold on. I was thinking hard for a second there. I missed these comments. I blacked out for a minute. Hold on. Box of comments said, for those who are not casuals, we have seen Shevchenko go up in weight and have problems against fighters who are bigger and stronger than her. Yeah, her style was. Well, you're a boxing fan, so you know, like, we're boxing combat fans. You know, let's look at Roy Jones at 160 versus Roy Jones at 175, right? You know, the style has to kind of change because when you're dealing with bigger, stronger fighters, you can't handle them the same way, right? So the problems that she had at bantamweight with her weight, you know, she had to kind of take a different approach in that same fashion. Not the same exact fashion, but you know, like 'cause it's MMA, but you'll see like a difference in struggling. Like sometimes Roy would get backed up by light heavyweights, but he was controlling middleweights and super middleweights, right? Combo above is wide. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go back up. Okay. Gore Morrison comment, you know, Val has trained from that rear naked choke position. She could fight it all day long. I wouldn't, you know, I don't know if you could fight it all day long on Taylor. I mean, you know, she was doing it in there for the moments, but I'm just saying, like, I know what you mean by all day long, but I wouldn't want to see her go in there and risk it again because, like I said, if she puts together the hands, then it'll be different. Oh, Brian Williams, what's up? Brian Williams, you came in here late, huh? Well, sports princess, her word is Valentina doesn't lift weights. Well, I think she should start. Yeah, she don't. She says she don't. You know who else doesn't do cardio, right? Caitlin Kagan doesn't do. She doesn't do. No, she does a cardio other way. She doesn't run. Yeah, Valentina don't. Yeah, I heard she don't lift weights. Slight of Mine says she won't do any interviews before her next fight unless the UFC forces her to. Oh, mm. He said Grasso doesn't like interviews. She's very similar to the way Valentina is mentally. She said she will interview after her fight. Okay, that's cool. I mean, hey, ain't nobody forcing nobody, you know. Uh, yeah. His problem came later. Yeah, like his problem came later. Like the move from that's a whole different thing. Yeah, when he went from heavyweight back down, yeah, like that's where it really settled in for him. Sportsman said Valentine's even small for flyweight. Yeah, she is. What did she come in at? She still came in like barely a bantamweight, right? Right. Yeah, she does. You know, she don't. That's her choice. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's hers. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, you know, I just come on here to talk fights anyway. People still come in anyway. So only if a person want to have that conversation. That's all it is. Yeah, 130. Yeah, that's low, man. Like, that's pretty low. But you know, this is her weight. So you got to be at flyweight. Now, I mean, like, it's better than bantamweight. You know, I think her skills, like I said, her skills are still some of the, you know, I think she still just has some of the best skills in the game. And I mean, if the girls come in bigger, I mean, hey, you just got to adjust. You're just going to have tougher fights. That's all it is. I don't think she needs to go up down in weight. I think she just needs to understand that the girls are getting tougher. Same way Floyd Mayweather did. You know, Floyd Mayweather 147, guys are going to get tougher. You just got to start fighting smarter. You know, where's Boxing Combat at? Boxing Combat Films. This is kind of like Valentina's Marcos Maidana. You know what I mean? This is kind of like her Marcos Maidana fight. He gave her, when the guys started getting tougher, getting a little older, getting a little stronger, they start pushing them. So the girls are coming in a little bit more evolved. Who Manon's coming in and more evolved, coming in with more tools. They're coming in bigger. They're coming in stronger. Uh, she should still be able to fare and fare well and make her way through these fights. But they just won't look as one sided anymore because the girls are getting better. So fighters don't usually like to do interviews because they're forced to do them to control. They're baited into answering stuff and answering questions, giving answers they normally do. Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I'll be watching boxing interviews, and some of the guys in boxing, they be getting baited into questions. So yeah, I know. Sportsman said, "Well, Val's smaller than she looks." Oh, I believe it. Do interviews after fights. Yeah, okay. Brian Williams said, so technique had nothing to do with it. Even watching the scrambles and body position. Yeah, yeah. All of that has something to do with it. Yeah. All of that has something to do with it. Like I said, skills get better. Uh, You got to give a person credit. Like, I don't think it, for me, you didn't hear me mention the weight, like as far as her being too small for Santos. No, like she chose to try to take Santos down a couple times. She's bigger. You need to go in there and do something else. Like, so to me, it's like, no, Val, if she's bigger, use what you got that's going to just neutralize her. She went for a takedown a few times, right? And she gave Santos the chance. So my thing is like, if she's stronger, then don't go that route. Just stay like you're doing throughout the fourth round, part of the third round. Piece her up. I kind of said Val probably scared of Pink. No, I don't think she's scared. I don't know. Like, that's what I said. Like, Val is not too small for flyweight. She's not old. She's not scared. She wasn't exposed. She finally fought somebody that was not going to respect her. That's what it is. Sports Princess is not, Brad, my arms are bigger than her. Sports Princess says she got them Zhang Weili guns, I guess, right? She got them Zhang Weili guns, right? Sport. Let's see here. What did Ulysses say? Hang on. So I think it's not appropriate to say a fighter is now on Val's level when she's outdated. We're saying this when John was in close fights. Not really. Yeah, no. She ain't outdated. No. Well, they're evolving, right? They're getting better. They're adding more to their game. Yeah, you gotta see it in boxing. Guys, when they start figuring guys out, they start adding more to their arsenal. Stammer said Carnelossi arms. Oh, if she got Carnelossi arms, she might need to be no, I ain't gonna go there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people need to stop saying fighters are scared, old, exposed, or outdated when they're on top. Like, no, like that's a part of the game. Like, I ain't say none of that. I'm giving Santos credit because she was ready, she was willing, and she was able. Valentina, leading up to this fight, said she was the same fighter she's always been. Nothing's changed. She was coming to win. and she got the victory. But it wasn't in the classic fashion, you know. Yeah, Nunez got the respect too. She's a big fighter too. You know what I mean? So you see her how she has she's dealt with fighters like this, and being in the flyweight division, maybe she thought she could handle this one a little bit more different. You know, maybe even on the ground like versus with Nunez, but she found out it wasn't as easy. Gene Tidwell said, "I believe Santos was the first to give Val a challenge for once." Yeah, I mean, in the flyweight division, yeah, I think so. I think Joanna gave her a spirited performance, but it definitely wasn't like this. Yeah, not at all. Not at all. I mean, she just gave her a good, interesting fight. Entertaining, but this was a kind of a wake up call. Like, yo, Santos is really is that girl. Club rugby, man, rugby is a rough sport. I give you props for. I give you so much respect for playing rugby, sports princess. I mean, so much respect. Gordon wants me to pull up the striking stats. Okay, pull up some striking stats. Total strikes 234 out of 309, 128 out of 180. Dang, Valland is 75% of those strikes. So I'm telling you, that's what made that eye swell up. I'm not saying that's what broke the eye socket, but that's what made the eye start swelling. Significant strikes 77 out of 139, 55 out of 102. Dang, Taylor, 3 out of 3 takedowns. Shevchenko, 3 out of 5. Those strikes on the ground, they was counting them. Lolita, what's up? How many of your picks won, Lolita? Like, I got 2 and 2. Because, like I said, them early prelim fights, I wasn't sure. It was a coin toss. But yeah, I picked Weili and, Valentina. Gene said going to be a Val Santos too. Probably not yet since she broke the eye socket. They're probably going to do Misha Tate if Misha Tate beats. If Misha Tate beats, what's her name again? Lauren Murphy. Yeah. Santos landed some nice inside leg kicks. His Val's inside of her leg in round 4 or 5. It was red. I thought Santos did land some pretty good leg kicks, but yeah, I see the strike numbers are high here. Yeah, I definitely believe them because they're counting the ones on the ground. Okay, yeah. But let me see his stats. What was like ground control time? Let me pull that up. Let me see. I don't know if the UFC page has that updated yet. I got to go to ESPN for that. Zom is 1-3. Okay. Yeah, I went 2-2. Who was your one that you won? I can't remember who you picked. You just on a losing streak right now, Zom. Robot She says Zom trolls bad. Yeah, she's bad. Oh yeah, I did I get the Who did I pick in the main event? Yuri? Was it? Is that his name? Jiri? You want to count that? Yeah, we can count him. Yeah. I mean, we're just doing WMA. It's 2-2, but you want to count it was 3-2. Did I? I don't know. Like I said, yeah. Sometimes the main events I'll be forgetting I picked. I was 6-1 in the picks. Got that main card for a change, but got Ramona wrong in early prelims. Yeah. Jen said, I wish Santos would have committed to the ground and pound because I get it. Valentina's fast and it's hard to strike. Yeah, that's all she needed to do, in my opinion. I think she just needed to work her ground and pound because Taylor's heavy. She's heavy handed. She's strong. Why not take advantage of that? Why did they work so hard on just submission? Why did they not work on the whole fight plan? This is MMA. Like, why not the whole ground and pound? Weili, she showed you. Like I said, Weili was all over Joanna. Activity is important on the ground. You know, Juliana Pena, when she's on her back, she's active, man. A sports princess said not making any excuses with Val. Apparently came into this fight with a foot injury. I noticed her limping when she hugged Joanna backstage. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Gene says, should Rose get another title shot after Weili finishes Carla? No, I think Rose and Marina should fight. Rose Marina fight. Whoever wins that fight can fight the winner of can fight Weili versus Carla. Yeah, the ground and pound would have worked definitely. Like I said, the ground and pound softens the fighter up. All right, so Leon was a fade. I don't think she's UFC ready. Nah, that was amateurish. What Liang Na was doing was Sam Hughes don't even do. You know, like people keep talking saying Sam didn't even run in there like that. Like that shows she's learning. Like people talk about her now, like she's learning. But what Leon Na was doing, that was no, you don't do that. Yeah, foot injury, right? Um, I don't know. Now, you know, for me, I'm like, I'm ignoring the foot injury because like you're the champion, you know what you're doing in there. You gonna adjust to it. So I think regardless of how it went, I think Valentina would have looked this way against her anyway. I still say Taylor would have gave her hell because they were on the ground a lot too. Zama said 5 rounds, Marina will bring hell to Rose. Yeah, I like Marina. Rose got skills on the feet, of course, but Marina's trying to. Marina needs a definitive win right now. She can't keep playing. That Jan Jana fight was too close. I thought Jan edged that out, but hey. All right, so I stayed on a little longer. I wanted to get out here in 30 minutes ago, but we just talking about this fight. So hit that like, and we wrap it up for the night here. It's a Leon limbs. Yeah, Leon. I don't know what she was doing. She was throwing like too many bombs. She blew herself up. Whereas the perspective matters. From Val's perspective, she was controlling Weili with her back, letting Taylor's arms gas out while striking her relentless defensive MMA offense. Yeah, those hands, man, like they're important, man. I keep telling people, yeah. So when the judges scored it, I was like, yeah, they were working. They worked. Colton said Valentina's biggest enemy is her ego. I think that's what it was. Like, I don't think it was like an IQ thing. I think that she just wanted to match her strength for strength. And since they talked about the grappling, she said, we're gonna try to we'll show you just how good our wrestling and grappling is. So I guess that's what kind of brought it out of her. That type of fight, ego got in the way. But yeah, I don't think it's her IQ at all. Wait, James Perez said, "Does Valentina's ground defense get any credit? Being able to control opponents' hands, it gets credit. Yeah, it gets some credit. I mean, as far as like the judges scoring, do they score defense? It don't seem like they don't score defense, right? I mean, she gets credited as far as like stopping the submission from that perspective, like you know, getting herself out of danger so she can get back up. But nah, like judges don't score that, right? Yeah, V. Kendra said no. Did Nunes drop out of her fight against Pena? Amanda Nunes? Amanda Nunes, they still scheduled a fight, right? Her and Pena, they fight July 30th, right? Oh yeah, in a credit manner, yeah. I mean, it saved her. It saved her from getting submitted. So yeah, she get credit for it. I mean, at times she shouldn't have put herself in that position, but yeah, you get credit for it because if that would have been anybody else, they would have got submitted, like JoJo, right? Anybody that can get out of like, I'm gonna watch it again tonight. Though when I get off here, though, I just wanna um I'm gonna look at it real close again because it's a good fight. Like I said, it was a good fight. I love the fact that Valentina got pushed. She got what she wanted. She got a test. I'm glad Taylor got a chance at the belt. It sucks that she suffered the broken orbital bone now because now it's probably gonna put off a rematch. Valentina already said that rematch ain't gonna happen anytime soon because she's looking for Misha Tate. She wants a main event pay per view with Misha Tate. So don't look like it's in the cards right now. And I think that's a blessing. Give Taylor a chance to heal up, go back and look at what she did wrong, and kind of go from there. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Like Santos got to work on them hands too, because she gonna have to throw punches in there. Because if she can't get Valentina down right away, she still got to be scoring. She still got to be scoring something. You just can't go in there and fight behind Valentina, keep letting her crack you. You got to do something. Come in at an angle, like I said, attack the body. Don't over respect it. You let something go. Something is gonna land. If you push her back, something's gonna land. Don't just let Valentina lead. And I'm saying that because if she has a Muay Thai background, she should know the fundamentals. And she should know that what Valentina does is like it's 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 airtight in some ways, but it's only airtight if you make it that way. I mean, if you go in there and not overthink it and let your hands go, you should be able to get something in. James Preston, do you think the 2 days difference between weigh-in and fight night let Santos get bigger for the fight day? Play the slight factor. I don't think so, really. You know, I think regardless, it would have been this type of fight anyway. Because I think she's just naturally bigger and stronger anyway. Or not stronger, but she's just big and strong. I don't really think it's that. Well, MMA art, if you think that way, that's always going to happen. If you just say, "Oh, she can never match it," you don't match speed with speed. If somebody's game is speed, you use timing. You know what I mean? Like you got to take chances in that. I mean, that's what it is. Like you've seen some fast fighters get knocked out in the past, right? I'm not saying you got to beat that person strike for strike, but you got to go in there and try to land something. You can land something on a person, believe me. It's all about not letting them get their game plan set. If she's at this level now, you should be able to do something. That's what I'm saying. Like it may not be to match that person. James Preston, do you think Santos is more of a flyweight or a bantamweight? I think she's a flyweight. At her age right now, I think she's still a flyweight. I think she'll grow into a bantamweight. Jake Matthews, he's okay. Jake Matthews okay. I was impressed with what's his name, Coley the other Australian. Yeah, Val's looking. Yeah, you said Val's looking for Pena. Yeah, she looking for that or Misha Tate. Wait a minute, or maybe ideal weight class Santos is 130. Bullet ideal weight class is 120. Mm, no, I think 125 fits them both. I think it just comes a time, like I said, your game is not always going to be strength. You know what I mean? Like your game ain't always going to be strength. For Valentina, if you facing somebody that's big and strong, you got enough tools to beat this flyweight that's this big. You know, and for Santos, you know your game. We both at 125. You know your strengths now to go in there and beat her. So I think they fine at 125. I ain't got no issue with the weight. It's just about knowing what to use in that moment. Like Valentina, she could have won this fight easy if she just kept it standing the whole time. And then, like I said, get pulled into the match. Chance, are you gonna make post fight analysis? Yeah, I will. I'm gonna watch it again, but I'm gonna, yeah, I'll do one. Okay, is Bullet a small flyweight or Santos a big one? At this they didn't look like they didn't look they didn't look like too big of a size difference. I mean, I still say Valentina is I get, yeah, I say she a small flyweight. Yeah, I think the weight is right for her. Yeah, Santos gets bigger in the actual fight, so I'd say yeah, she's big. But when it all comes down to it, I think it's just a fight. It's between two fighters that can make weight. You just have to know what you have to use against somebody that's coming in that big. I think her stature right now is fine. I think Taylor eventually could be a bantamweight, but right now I think she is a flyweight. Same with Manon. Eventually, Manon, she's already at 32. Yeah, eventually she can go up to 135. But I think she's a big, big flyweight. Brian said, "No, Bull is not a small flyweight." Yeah, there wasn't really like a big. Yeah, like there really wasn't like a big size difference. I mean, if you saying she comes in smaller than other girls, yeah, like if Caitlyn comes in like 140, 150 on fight night, and then Valentina comes in 130, yeah, she's a smaller fighter, but I mean, when it comes down to it, this is still her weight though, and I don't think it's an issue. I don't think it is an issue. I think it's just a matter of girls getting better. Taylor just came in ready, man. Taylor came in and said, uh, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it worked to a certain extent. MMRs, I think Santos is a small bantamweight. That's why she prefers to fight at flyweight. They have a strength advantage. Same tactics with Nunes and Joanna. Yeah, Joanna could be a flyweight to me. She'd be killing herself to make her weight. But let me see. Who gets better in the rematch? That's the question. Before I go, what do y'all think about that? Who gets better in the rematch? Taylor or Valentina? Is Bullet and JJ about the same weight size in real life? JJ be looking. JJ says she's got a lot of cheat meals. She eats a lot of cheat meals. I think JJ might get bigger. Maybe that's why the weight cuts are kind of rough on her. And the way she really looks like drained and like sickly sometimes. They might be about the same, but JJ, eats a few cheat meals or more. She said. All right, let's see. Gordon Morris, he said both of them. Yeah, he said they both get better. Brian, not Brian, Bipolar said Santos gets better. If it weren't for the head, but she would have won. Easy adjustments for Shevchenko, but she probably won't make any. Zaman, Derek Bailey said Santos. George said Val. Yeah, she was thin, V. Kendra. Yeah, she was really thin there. I was like, wow. Dean said, I think Val's better. I think Val better train harder for Santos too if it ever happens. Ulysses said Santos got lucky. Val injured her foot. Oh. Yeah, y'all crazy. All right. But I went a little over my time. I said I was getting out of here in an hour. But I am going to check out now because I'm tired. And I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm going to watch this fight again, though. And I don't know if my Mine isn't gonna really change because, like I said, I can see it either way. I ain't nobody get robbed. We just need to see. We just need to see it again, though. We just need to see these two fight again because I don't think anybody's gonna get any better. Like, who thinks? Who thinks? Misha Tate's gonna. Anybody think Misha Tate's gonna put up a better fight than Taylor Santos? That's the question. Is Tate going to put up a better fight than Santos? Sink said no. MJ said these UFC fans are creating their own monsters. Stamets, I'm not even sure Tate beats Murphy. I said, shoot, I'm kind of rocking with Lauren Murphy in that. I'm not even sure, but I'm just picking. I'm just picking. I'm not even invested in that fight like that, but I'm just throwing that out there to make people mad. He said Misha's still small in my opinion. She gets picked apart from the outside. Yeah, she'll bleed. She'll bleed in a Valentina fight. Believe me. All right, George says good night. Gene said he doubt that. I doubt that too. Derek said no. YouTube user said Tate might make the weight, but how will it affect her performance? Anyone can lose weight. Yeah, because she's cut the weight down so far, but I don't think she's really built. We'll see. We'll see. Valentina want this fight though, boy. She want that. She want that pay-per-view event. You know. He said, yeah. Oh, Misha was the one she did. If she dethroned Val, I'd be like, oh wow. Nah, George. I think he actually want Misha Tate though. Like Val didn't even mention Manon. Valentina didn't even mention Manon's name. She said she'd fight Juliana Pena or Misha Tate. She didn't even mention Manon. I was like, you ain't mention Manon's name? What's up with that? Come on now. Like, she gonna be fighting the number one fighter. So she didn't mention her. I think Dana wants to take one because he knows that might make money. I mean, me personally, I'd rather Manon get it if Manon beats Chikagian. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here now, y'all. Guess I'll do an open link tomorrow. 2B said, I guess he wanted to express some things. So yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow about 7:30. Live stream tomorrow at 7:30. We'll talk again. Let's see if my reaction changes. I'm gonna watch the fight again. All right, so hit the like button on your way out and subscribe if you haven't. Because if I get to 1,000 for TJ, I got to do a 4-hour live stream. TJ said, if you get to 1,000, to do a 4-hour live stream. I said, okay, if I get there, I'll do it. It's not like I haven't done one before, but he said, you get to 1,000, you do a 4-hour live stream just for him. So yeah, let me close this thing out and we will talk to Mario before I pass out. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.